Welcome to Mogul Mentality, the podcast where we explore the intersection of mindset and business. Join us as we delve into the minds of successful entrepreneurs, thought leaders, uncovering the habits, strategies, and mindsets that have allowed them to achieve greatness. Whether you're a seasoned business owner or just starting out, our conversations will inspire you to think big, take action, and cultivate the mindset of a mogul. So sit back, relax, and get ready to elevate your thinking with Mogul Mentality. Welcome to the Mogul Mentality Podcast. Jesse here. No video this time. I am sitting here in some Christmas pajamas, though, after having an excellent day with my daughter at her school party. I hope when you listen to this podcast, you had a Merry Christmas as well. We appreciate you. And I think that this is a great segue into today's topic, today's show. For the last 2 weeks in December, we got back from our cruise. I say we, my family and I, got back from our cruise, and we just reflected, looked at our life. Where do we want to go? Where are we at in our life right now? And I spent, me personally, a cumulative of about, let's say 23 hours, about 3 full days, just deep in thought, deep in focus. Where am I at? What am I doing? What's the purpose of all this stuff? And if you haven't done this, I highly recommend you do it this year. Maybe business slows down for you at the end of the year, through the holiday season. Maybe it doesn't. But I would invite you and encourage you to carve out 3 days just to sit down and look at your life. Re-examine. See, I never understood when you'd have like the Eric Thomases of the world say, you got to go dark for like 60 days. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, life still goes on. No, go dark just means focus on you, get right with you, understand what it is that you want. And I did that for 3 days. And I'm going to share some thoughts from that as a gift to you. I hope that this helps. So, first thought came to my mind. Man, everything that happens to me is because of me. Everything. Someone hits my car, it's my fault. It's not that person's fault. Taking extreme accountability and understanding that everything that happens to me is because of me. All the things I don't want, all the things that I want to avoid, the accidents, the mayhem, everything happens because of me. It all comes back down to one person, and that's me. So extreme accountability was my first one. And what sparked that idea was looking at my life and analyzing the things I don't want. It's so easy for us to tell ourselves what we don't want. But have we actually looked at it and analyzed and say, what do we want instead? And that's what I did. I sat down and I analyzed, what do I want? And I started to realize as I was working on the things I want, there were certain characteristics, there were certain things that I was doing that promoted the don't want environment. An example, I want to go to bed at certain times. And that time, it's at 9 o'clock, I want my phone turned off. And just the other day, the opportunity happened where a client sent me a text at 9:15, and I wasn't following my routine. Right? At 9 o'clock, I should be upstairs getting ready for bed. But because, we got to wrap the Christmas gifts and we got to, get ready and do these things, I bent my own personal standards, my own rules, which then led me to, of course, reading my text messages on my phone and responding to a client. And I went to call the client. My wife looked at me and she said, isn't that what you don't want? I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it's because of me, because of all these other decisions, the things I don't want. It's just happening. So analyzing what do I want instead? Well, I want certain things, and realizing that if these are the things I truly say I want, once again, if I don't get those things, it's because of me, not because of anyone else. It's because I didn't plan ahead. I didn't carve out an hour for wrapping gifts because I was too busy shopping for the gifts that I would have used my hour for. Well, why didn't I plan ahead more? And have the gift shopping done earlier. So, all this time we have. That was one of those things that really stood out to me. The next thing to segue into the second topic is time. Time is infinite. And now I know you may be listening going, hold on. No, there's 24 hours a day. No, time is infinite. That's at least what I believe. I believe that we'll live forever. I believe that there is some sort of higher being, a God is what I call him, but you may call him something else, Allah, or maybe you're Egyptian and call him, Amun-Ra, whatever. But I believe in a God and that there's life after this world. So if there's life after this world and I'm going to live, then why am I putting so much stress and time crunches on things that are not important, causing myself extra pain, extra frustration? And if there's so much time, why don't I plan out all the things I want to accomplish? Because realistically, time, if we got really granular, we've all sat in school in elementary and we looked at the clock and it just moves so slow. And then there's other days when we're doing what we enjoy and it goes so fast. And recently, time has been on my mind. And so paying attention to the time and saying, if I truly want to maximize my day, I truly want to get everything out of it, I need to analyze my time and I need to manage it. That's one thing I've never managed. You see, I can manage employees. I can manage systems and processes. I can manage how our communication, our lead follow-up, our finances. I can manage who gets hired, who does not get hired, how many documents are coming in, how many are not. But I've never really sat down and actually measured my time. That was one of the biggest things I took away from it. And it was very interesting to see, like, if I manage my time better, I could open up 4 to 5 hours extra a day to do the things I say I cannot do because I don't have time. 4 to 5 hours. Well, that's huge. That's 1/4 of my day, or 1/6 of my day rather, wasted. On what? What am I wasting my day on? Say I want to read a book. I'm driving 30 minutes a day to work. Okay, great. I can squeeze that in my drive. You know what? There's this weird random 30-minute gap in between meetings when I'm not very productive and I don't do things. Why don't I sit down and do something like journaling that's important to me, or something like, for me personally, reading scriptures and reading and connecting deeper with God? Okay, great. Plug that in my schedule. So now I'm looking at my schedule and starting to actually manage it and create it. Fantastic. Last thing that really has stood out to me, and I'm debating whether or not, there's two, and I'm debating whether or not I should share this actually as I'm recording. On my notes it says yes to share it, but now I'm debating something else. And I'll just share both with you as a bonus, I guess. Number 3 is, what is normal? Normal dads do blank. Normal moms do blank. Normal employees do blank. Fill in the blank. I just want to be what? Normal. Right? I'm not normal. Number 3 taught me to embrace the normal. I am who I am for a reason. Going through this and understanding that, you know what? There are some people that would rather use that hour of their time to be at a family get-together, a family party, when I would rather use that hour of my time to be alone. I'd rather use that hour of my time to read, learn more about business, use that hour of my time to go serve. In essence, there's so many different things with that hour of time I'd rather be doing than sitting in front of a family playing white elephant gifts, or, sitting and watching a game. And at first I would label it and say, well, normal people would sit down and go to a movie, watch 2 hours of a movie. But I never really enjoyed that, which then led me to go, what is normal? And challenge myself. Sure, I'm wired different than anyone else. That's what makes me so unique. That's what makes me the person I want to be. So why would I confide in this system of being normal? Why wouldn't I just create my own system of what my life is and allow other people to be benefactors of that system if they so chose? You're a benefactor listening to this show. There's something here that I'm providing you that keeps you to coming back. And so embracing your own normal. Your own normal for you is different than anyone else. And then moving over to the bonus segment, money. Money is one of those things that if you truly want to become a millionaire, your business does not have to do top line revenue of $1 million to be considered a millionaire. Looking at the way you manage your money is a clear reflection of where you're going. If you want to become independently wealthy by a certain age, what are you doing right now to manage your money? What's your system? What's your process in place? What is your divine structure you're setting for you with your divine goals, gifts, attributes? What is it to get you the results that you want? So many people will say, I want $10 million. If I had $10 million, but they don't even know what they do with it. Or they'll go and just spend it and lose it all because they've never developed the plan and the regimen and the obedience of following that plan. I guarantee right now, the majority of people, if you ripped off all their fat, gave them the body, their dream body, exactly what they wanted, they would in return get fat again and be right back where they are in a matter of months. If you truly say you want to be a millionaire, you truly say you want to be independently wealthy or extremely abundant, whatever word you want to label it, what is your plan that you feel abundant right now? What is your plan that you feel wealthy right now, that you feel that sense of security right now? What is that plan that you follow to a T, holding yourself accountable, making it measurable and obtainable? What is that plan? And if you tell yourself these things and you start to hone in on what it is and design the plan and actually take the time to say, this is what I'm following until I come back and revisit this, now you no longer have to consciously think. It now just goes into your unconscious and it becomes a system and a process for you to go and create what it is you truly desire. Out of the 3 days of sitting down and just turning it off, focusing on me, I am the most confident I've ever been in my life. Because the fine details that I hadn't really organized, they're organized now. Because the things that needed to be paid attention to now have been paid attention to and gotten the things that it needs. Thus allowing me today to look at my schedule and say, you know what? This is my schedule. These are the things I have. It's unconscious. I can now make the conscious decision of what matters most. I can listen to my heart and say, you need to be there, Jesse, at your daughter's Christmas party. And as I'm there, showing up in my crazy pajamas and my colorful shoes and looking like a complete Christmas elf, for lack of a better words, there's nothing more important. And driving away today, I realized that when we took my daughter home and she said, Dad, I'm so glad you came. That to me was everything, because those 3 days I spent dark, alone, confined in my office, no phone, no communication. That moment is what I worked on to get that outcome and many more similar outcomes like that will change my reality in the blink of an eye. I hope this show helps you as you go through. If you have any questions on what to ask yourself, I'm more than happy to give you some insight. And I hope that for year 2024, it is everything and more that you want. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you for listening to the Mogul Mentality Podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring. If you enjoyed the show, please consider sharing it with your friends and leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps us to reach more listeners and create more content that can help you on your journey to becoming a successful entrepreneur. We appreciate your feedback and suggestions for future topics, so don't hesitate to reach out to us on social media or via email. Remember, developing a mobile mentality takes hard work and dedication, but with the right mindset and strategies, anything is possible. So keep grinding, stay focused, and we'll see you on the next episode.